Hello everyone and welcome to SOX 220's Social Analysis. My name is Hosseini and I'm your course coordinator. Okay, let's just get right into it. The term social theory, yeah, I know, it can sometimes feel like a heavy intellectual workout. It definitely has a reputation for being intense, maybe a little abstract. And you know what? If you're thinking that, you are absolutely not alone.
In fact, let's just put the big question right out there on the table, shall we? Is this whole thing just going to be abstract and boring? A deep dive into a bunch of old, dusty ideas that, let's be honest, don't seem to have a lot to do with our real, everyday lives? It's a totally fair question, and it's one we're going to tackle head-on.
And look, I'm not going to pretend otherwise. That feeling is 100% valid. Even as the guy running this course, I'll tell you straight up, a lot of the readings are dense. The concepts can feel like they're from another planet sometimes. But, and this is a big but, I promise you, if you stick with it, the payoff is huge.
Because here's the real secret, the thing they don't always tell you. Theorizing isn't some special activity reserved for academics and stuffy old libraries. It's something we all do. It's a basic human impulse. We are wired to try and make sense of the world, to connect the dots, and to ask that fundamental question, why are things the way they are? You're already a theorist, you just might not call it that.
And if you want to see this in action, you don't have to look very far at all. Just think about the huge debate that's happening right now in Australia about potentially banning social media for anyone under 16. I mean, this is a massive social issue, right? And it has sparked this enormous public conversation with people arguing passionately on all sides. And right here, you can see two competing everyday theories battling it out. On one side, you've got a theory that goes something like this. Social media is a direct cause of harm to kids, so if we ban it, we protect them. It's a cause and effect argument. But on the other side, there's a counter theory. The ban itself will just create new problems, maybe even worse ones. Both sides are theorizing. They're building explanations to understand a social problem and trying to predict what happens next. This is how everyday ideas can end up shaping national policy.
Okay, so this brings us to a really crucial point. If we're all theorizing all the time, then what's so special about sociological theory? What's the line that separates a thoughtful academic argument from, say, a hot take you see on TikTok, or, for that matter, a full-blown conspiracy theory? This distinction, well, it's everything.
And this comparison really gets to the heart of it. A conspiracy theory, for instance, is almost always looking for a simple answer. A villain. It wants to find that one secret group, that one powerful person who's pulling all the strings. The logic is, if you just get rid of that one bad apple, the problem's solved. But sociological theory stops and says, whoa, hang on a second. It zooms way out to look at the system. It asks, what are the bigger structures, the economic forces, the deep historical patterns that keep creating these outcomes over and over again no matter who's in charge? It's not about blaming a person, it's about understanding the machine. Now, if you were to crack open a standard textbook, you'd get a very neat and tidy, almost polished version of what this all looks like. You'd read the proper sociological theory is always systematic, that it carefully builds on past research, that it's all about hard data and evidence, and that it has to survive this intense process of peer review. It's often presented as this very clean, very scientific process. But let's be real for a second. Is anything in our messy social world ever really that clean? Is the process of creating knowledge, of deciding which ideas are important, really that neat and tidy?
Yeah, you can probably guess the answer. It's absolutely not. The reality of how theories actually get made, how they get chosen, and how they become famous, it's a lot messier. And this is exactly where this course is going to go beyond the textbook. We're going to pull back the curtain.
So the goal here isn't just to have you memorize a bunch of definitions. The goal is to get you to see theory for what it really is, a dynamic, contested space, a battleground, where different ideas, different interests, and entire worldviews are constantly clashing for dominance.
I mean, this whole process is not happening in some sterile laboratory. The theories that end up in our textbooks are shaped by all of this stuff. The theorist's own personal life, the political mood of the era, who has the power and the money to fund certain kinds of research, and which ideas are being amplified by major social movements. It's not always about who has the best data. Sometimes it's about who wins the fight in a very real, very human arena.
But listen, understanding all this messiness isn't meant to make us cynical about knowledge. It's actually the opposite. It's incredibly empowering. Because instead of just passively accepting the theories that are handed to us, we can develop a toolkit to critically analyze them, to take them apart, and to see the world with a whole new level of insight. And the core of this toolkit is an approach we're going to call extra social theory. That word extra is key. It means to go beyond the surface, beyond the obvious.
Just look at the other words here: dynamic, evolving, interrogate, reimagine. This isn't about finding some final perfect answer that never changes. It's an active, ongoing practice. It's about constantly questioning the world, challenging the things everyone else takes for granted, and exposing that hidden machinery that shapes so much of our lives. It's a seriously powerful lens.
So, what does an extra-social theorist actually do? Well, it comes down to these 3 critical actions. First, you denaturalize. You take something that seems totally natural, like a border on a map, and you ask, wait a minute, who decided to draw that line there and why? Second, you denormalize. You challenge why certain behaviors are seen as totally normal while others are seen as deviant. And third, you deneutralize. You take a concept that sounds fair and objective, like the free market, and you reveal the hidden power relationships that make it work really well for some people and not so well for others.
And really, if we had to boil this entire toolkit, this whole way of thinking, down to its absolute core, its central command, it would be these 2 simple but profound words from Karl Marx: question everything. That's the ultimate takeaway. This course isn't about finding all the answers. It's about learning to never, ever stop asking the questions.